Hello everyone and hello to BG1, my students. So our lesson today will be a non-textbook lesson and we will be learning about superlatives and comparatives. So in this lesson we are going to learn about what comparatives and superlatives are and how to properly use comparatives and superlatives. So, comparative adjective is used to compare things or people. Comparative will be used to compare two nouns, okay? So we will compare one with the other. For example, this apple is smaller than that apple. So please notice that the adjective ends in er and is followed by than. So the adjective in this sentence refers to the word small, okay? So to form comparative adjective, we will add er in the end of small, followed by the article than, okay? Smaller than. So for superlative adjective, will be used to compare one thing or person with all the other things or people in the group. Therefore, it's a comparison of a noun with the other nouns in the group. Okay, for example, that is the biggest apple. That is the biggest apple. So you will notice that the article the followed by the adjective ending in est. Okay, this is the adjective biggest. You will see there is an est in the end of the adjective. Okay, so before the adjective, there will be the article the. So there are several rules that we need to follow when forming comparatives and superlative adjectives. This depends on the letter in the word or number of syllables. Okay, let's take a look at the first one, the yellow color here. One syllable adjective. So the rule is to add er when forming comparative adjective and est when forming superlative adjective. Okay, for example, strong. For comparative, we will add er becomes stronger, and for superlative, we will add est, which will become strongest. Okay, for the second one, please take a look at the green one here. For adjective with consonants, vocal and consonants, the final letter is doubled before ending the ending. For example, big. Comparative adjective will be bigger. Okay? Double the letter G and add the ending er. So superlative adjective is biggest. Again, we double the letter G and add the ending est, biggest. For the third one, let's take a look at the blue color here. For one syllable adjective ending in the letter E, we will add er when forming comparative and add est for superlative. For example, large, larger, and largest. For the fourth one, the purple color here, replace letter Y with I and add er for comparative adjective and est for superlative. Okay? For example, happy, happier, and happiest. Okay, the fifth one, please take a look at this. The two syllables here, the fifth one here. For two syllables adjective, there are two ways which we can form the comparative or superlative adjective. So when forming the comparative, we can put the word more. Okay, we can put the word more before the adjective. However, in some cases, we can just add er to the end of the adjective. Meanwhile, for superlative, we can add the word most before the adjective, and you can also add est at the end of the adjective. Okay, for the sixth one, for the adjective with three or more syllables. For the adjective with three or more syllables, we can form the comparative by adding more before the adjective. For example, more expensive. Okay, please refer to the word expensive here. More expensive. And a common mistake is to add er, expensive, which is grammatically incorrect. So when forming the superlative adjective, we add most before the adjective. For example, most expensive. Okay. So lastly, there are some irregular forms that don't follow the rules. For example, good becomes better, becomes best. Little becomes less, and least. Okay? Okay, now let's go through each rules with examples of sentences. For one-syllable adjective, the rule is to add er when forming the comparative and est when forming the superlative adjective. For example, Adam is stronger than Sam. This sentence is comparing two people, and Ashraf is the strongest. Here I'm comparing one person with a group of people. So it's important to remember that we always use then after the comparative adjective because we are comparing two people. Okay? Comparing two people. Like this sentence, we are comparing Adam and Sam. So the article the is always used before the superlative adjective. Okay, please refer to this sentence, the strongest. So for adjective with a consonant, short vowel, consonant spelling, the final letter is doubled before adding the ending. There are 5 vowels in English, A, E, I, O, U. Okay, for example, the adjective big has a consonant vowel, the adjective big has a consonant vowel consonant spelling. For example, her house is bigger than my house. Raihana's house is the biggest. Okay? Okay. For one syllable adjective ending with the letter E, like this one, we remove the letter E and add the endings with ER or EST. For example, the dog is larger than the cat. The whale is the largest animal. Okay? Next, for two syllables adjective ending with the letter Y, we remove the letter Y and add I before the ending ER or EST. For example, Sarah is happier than Jason. Gail is the happiest. Okay? For example, let's take a look at the word happy here. We we replace the letter Y with I, and we add ER for comparative and EST for superlative. Okay, for adjective with two syllables, there are two ways we can form the comparative or superlative. So please take a look at the example. When forming the comparative, we can add ER, or we can insert more before the adjective. So gentle become gentler or more gentle. When forming the superlative, we can add est to the end or insert most before the adjective. So gentle becomes gentlest and most gentle. Okay, for example, cats are gentler than dogs. Cats are more gentle than dogs. Cats are the gentlest animal. Cats are the most gentle animal. So just a reminder, if you are unsure of which form to use, the safer option is to just add more or most to the adjective. For adjective with 3 or more syllables, you can form the comparative by inserting more before the adjective. For example, more expensive. When forming the superlative, we add most before the adjective. For example, my car is more expensive than my phone. My house is the most expensive thing I have bought. Lastly, there are some irregular forms which don't follow the rules. For example, good, better, best. For example, I am a better dancer than Sam. Emma is the best at dancing. So, I hope this lesson gets you in a better understanding on how to form comparative adjective and superlative adjective. So if you guys don't understand, or if there is anything or something you are not clear of, you can simply ask me in personal chat, okay? So, to test your understanding, I have a few exercises for you. Please refer to the WhatsApp group and I will send the exercise there. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you.